Hey, good morning, guys. How's your weekend going? I'm doing another vlog here on a Saturday. Well, I'm releasing the video on a Saturday, even though it's Wednesday. But man, it is a gorgeous morning. It's 30 degrees out and blue sky. There's not one cloud in the sky. And I figured let's go on a walk. You know, my intuition forest is getting tore down. And I've been filming a few videos in this park. It's only like 5 miles away from my house, and it's right kind of close to where I drop off my kid for school. So I figured I'd show you guys this park. It's pretty cool. We'll just have a chat, see how things are going and whatnot. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Like they've put all these paths in this park, and I've never even been through these paths. This park's, I've been here for a couple years, and coming to this park, there's a bunch of baseball diamonds for the kids to play baseball, but they've got this little side area. So I just thought it's kind of cool. Take you guys for a little walk. Maybe you guys will hear some of the birds. That's the nice thing about this Osmo Pocket 3 is that I can flip this gimbal real easily and just kind of, if I see something, just kind of turn it any which way. You know, and the sad thing is that I've lived in this town for, I don't know, maybe 20 years now. And this park has been here for 20 years. And I've recently only started to use it with my kids. And then with this YouTube channel, I just found these paths, you know, which is interesting. Looks like they planted a bunch of young little trees in this area. So I bet you in 20 years, when I'm maybe 60 years old, this will be real pretty, this little area. But yeah, take advantage of your tax dollars. You know, everyone pays property taxes, and there's a lot of parks that are around every little town in the United States, and probably most of the Western civilization. There's always parks around, and I don't think enough of us take advantage of these things, to be honest. Yeah, they just built like a pickleball area over there. I don't know if you can see it. I've never played pickleball. It'd be kind of interesting to get into that, maybe get a little more active, get my heart rate up. You know, I'm 45. I got to start doing that stuff. You know, I used to be pretty active as a high schooler. I ran track. I ran the 400. I think I ran the 400 at, like, my best time was 51.9, you know, under a minute, which is an all-out sprint, basically. I also did the 200. You know, I was pretty active. I did football as well. Surprisingly, you would think my skinny personnel would not have played defensive line, but I did. I was ruthless. I didn't care one bit. But yeah, it's a gorgeous morning. What about you guys? What are you guys doing this weekend? You know, hopefully you got some good plans set up for the weekend. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are up to. Are you doing some spring cleaning and all that? Let me know. Me, I'm gonna be traveling. I have not traveled with my family as far as long distance travel ever. We haven't done it yet. Now, my wife and I, before we had kids, we used to travel a fair amount. You know, that's the thing you got to decide before you have kids is, you know, if you wait a while, you can take advantage of that dual income, no kids, and be able to travel. And so my wife and I decided, you know, when we were in our early 20s to to travel as much as we could before we had kids. So I'll turn you guys around because the sun's in your eyes. But yeah, there's those pickleball courts, which I think will be kind of cool. Maybe I'll check those out someday. Learn how to play pickleball. It's kind of like table tennis, I think. But yeah, just a gorgeous morning. Might as well come out. You guys hear the birds? Yeah, that's one thing I like too is, you know, I drop off my son and just come out and go for a walk in the morning. You know, get your blood flowing and think about your day. Maybe you've got a difficult task you need to solve, you know, some meetings you need to go through. Who knows what it is? But that's the thing, you know, prepare your brain for the day. Yeah, over there is a really nice neighborhood. My wife and I looked in that neighborhood when we were looking for houses, but I don't know, they were a little pricey. There's some houses in there that are like $1 million, and there wasn't much for sale. But yeah, that way is like kind of some soccer fields and a forest. Oh, my gimbal's going the wrong way. Come back. So, anyways, but yeah, just a pretty morning. I don't know how bright that's going to be. It's kind of into the sun. I'll kind of flip it this way. But yeah, there's like this little, I don't know if you call it a little go-kart road or something. Gator Road. Yeah, it's like an old farm gator road. This little farm fields over here on the right. But yeah, I was talking to a coworker. I think it was yesterday or the day before, and she knows about my YouTube channel. I don't know if she watches it much, but that's okay. I don't necessarily need my coworkers to be watching my YouTube channel. But I was talking to her the other day. She was thinking about starting up a YouTube channel, and she's got dreams of traveling the world and all that. She's single, and she's, I think, 30 years old. And you know, I was giving her tips and all this stuff. And I said, well, how are you going to do a travel vlog, you know, if you don't travel as much, if you work? And we got talking, and she goes, yeah, that makes sense. That'd be difficult to get content if you don't travel that much and you want to build a travel channel. But I said, you know, what you can do is start to travel in your local area, right? Like I'm doing right now. You know, I'm exploring some new parks in my area. And she said to me, she used to live in California, and she said to me, I didn't go to any of the places in California. She lived there for like 3 or 4 years. And I thought to myself, oh man, that is so sad. You know, 3 to 4 years of someone's life, you know, and you pretty much were out there just working. And that's the thing. I think that we're missing out on what the world has to offer. You know, like even, you know, this park, I never even knew about this park. I should have been going here every day, you know, since I've been dropping off my kids to school, at least for 15-minute walk down this path, even if I didn't have YouTube, you know? So, yeah, and she, you know, I had been out to California a couple times for some tech conferences. And even in those tech conferences, I would schedule at least a day or some time after the conference to go explore like a city I went to San Francisco for a Node.js conference. That's a programming language. This was like 10 years ago. And I rented a bike and rode across the Golden Gate Bridge and all that. I don't know, maybe I'll stick that in my YouTube channel or something. Who knows? Maybe I'll throw that as some B-roll in this vlog here. I haven't done much B-roll, so, but yeah, that's the thing. I think that people miss the boat when it comes to places to explore when you're working someplace, especially if you're kind of moving every couple years. You really should think about that. You know, I've been out to California, and good morning. I'd been out to California and for a trip with my wife before we had kids, and we had went out to Yosemite. Oh, I'm telling you, if you guys ever get out to California, make the trip to Yosemite. It is breathtaking as far as just the views and the hikes, you know, and it's, you know, you don't even need to be dealing with your cell phone or none of that. You just go there and enjoy the views and enjoy the nature if you see some. We didn't see a whole lot of nature there, oops, sorry. But it's beautiful. And we did do a hike kind of up one of these waterfalls. It was called like Vernal Falls or something. But yeah, that's the thing. Take advantage of where you live. And to be out in California too, like, that's just a place you need to explore if you're out there. She lives in Denver now. And I said, man, there's a lot of places out in Denver. Mountains and trails and hikes, beautiful trees, scenery with the snow, kind of like my YouTube channel. You know, you could definitely have some beautiful views and shots and vlogs. And so I told her, I'm like, you should start one. You know, it'll grow your personality. You start to learn about yourself. You do a lot of self-reflection when it comes to YouTube. And she's got a dog too. And, you know, a lot of people like dogs. They like animals. They said, you know what? You could just go to a park and play fetch with your dog, and people will watch your YouTube channel. That's the crazy thing. You know, people are into just life and living, especially if they're in their office. You know, they kind of put you on a little mini screen. And that's what maybe you guys are doing too. You know, maybe you're working on the Saturday. Hopefully you're not, but if you are, you know, you can take this little walk run, chill, and yeah, put it on the screen. There's more farm field over here. I see a lot of geese in there every morning. Not this morning though. Nature's unpredictable. You never know what you're going to see. It's cool though, at this park, I see a lot of these prairie birds that they're kind of bigger birds, bigger than like a chickadee, and not as big as a quail, but they were pretty. Sometimes it's kind of nice too to hear planes way up in the air. You guys know that sound. Yeah, it's still cold, man. We had a nice 70 degrees 2 weeks ago or whatever. You guys saw the video probably. Me in a polo shirt, no hat, no neck warmer. But man, late March, we can get snow in Michigan, no doubt. I think it snowed like 2 or 3 days ago, a little bit. But yeah, the mornings are still pretty crisp when it comes to Michigan. but you don't have as much wind. And that's the thing too, is if you go on walks, which again improves your health, I definitely recommend it. Start going on walks. We don't do that enough anymore in our society. We're stuck on our our phones and tablets and computers too much, too often. And that's why you get YouTube Premium. So you go on a walk, stick your phone in your pocket, you got your headphones, and you get the blood flowing. Okay, that's why you get the YouTube Premium. That's why I do it. I'm thinking, oh, there's a squirrel over there. Yeah, I'm thinking of, I gotta cancel my YouTube TV, old linear television, even though it's quote unquote kind of streaming, but I gotta cancel that. We barely watch it. We don't watch much of that legacy media anymore. My wife, I think we watch like 1 or 2 shows on it. We gotta cancel it, man. That's like $79 a month. I'd rather just pay for YouTube Premium and call it a day, because I mostly watch YouTube now. We do have Disney Plus. We have 2 kids, but oh yeah, I'll be traveling for the first time. Speaking of Disney, because that's where we're going. We're going to Disney World this Saturday. So it's going to be a long day on Saturday, and then we're going for a couple days, 4 days at Disney. It's going to be busy, spring break. But, it's time. I mentioned in a previous video to skip the vacation to build generational wealth, and that's what we did. We have not gone on a large, big family vacation for 10 years since I had my daughter. My daughter's 10, and we have not done it. We went on some small vacations. We drove to places in Michigan. We got a lot of great tourist places in Michigan. I highly recommend it. If you guys want to come to someplace beautiful in the summer, okay, come in the summer, because man, it's freezing. Like, it's almost April, it's so cold. But yeah, we went to, we go to South Haven, Grand Haven, Traverse City. These are all lakeshore communities, and they're very touristy. You can find a lot to do. There's always a kids park in every one of these towns. Saugatuck, that's another one. And there's if you're into boating, you can do that. So I don't have to go very far to have a nice trip. All right, we usually drive, rent a house, there's a couple grand, 2 or 3 grand, and that's it. We bring our food too to those vacations. But this one, gonna be a whole different story. It's the first time my kids are gonna fly. First time my wife's flying ever since the pandemic. There's one of those birds. Oh no, that's a blue jay or something. Let's see if we can see that thing. Oh, it's talking to another blue jay. See if I can get it. Oh, there it goes. I don't know. Let's see here. There it is. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it's talking to another one. Pretty cool. So anyways, yeah, this Disney trip we've been putting off for quite some time. Obviously, the expense is pretty high. Disney World is not cheap. First they get you at the hotel. You want to stay on a Disney resort just because it's probably real convenient. My wife has always wanted to stay on one. I've never stayed on a Disney resort, so I'm looking forward to that. That should be interesting. But we've been putting it off for years just because we know how much it is. After the hotel, you got to pay for the airline tickets. Now, fortunately, for probably 10 years since I've been traveling. Now, I haven't traveled a lot in the last couple of years, but before that I used to travel. I just saved up miles, Delta miles. So I saved up 300,000 Delta miles, and that paid for $3,000 worth of airline tickets. So I ended up paying $500 for the 4 of us to go down to Florida and back. So that's pretty cool. So I saved some money there. And then, yeah, but they get you on everything else. Now I had to buy all these lightning lane, you know, go in the line a little bit faster. I don't know if it's going to be that much faster, but you know, that's what they say. You got to do the lightning lanes. But if everyone does them, guess what? They're pointless, right? But I don't think a lot of people are doing them as much as probably regular. You know, if you go there, it's not cheap. So, and then the food. I mean, we were going to book the Cinderella's Castle. We had a spot open for it. But man, it was going to be like $500. And I'm like, our kids barely eat. They eat like, you know, crappy grilled cheese and stuff like that for kids. And it was like $60 for a kid's meal. I was like, no way, no way. We are not doing that. It was $80 for adults. I don't know. It was like, I think it was going to be around like $350, $400 or something. And I was just like, no way. My wife, well, I was almost going to go with it, but my wife was like, no, we are not doing that. And that's the thing. You got to be careful when it comes to, you know, going on vacation. You can get wrapped into things because you're, you know, in the zone. You want to do all the experiences, but my wife was like, no, we can do other things. You know, so we're doing, my son's going to do that Star Wars build a robot thing. So I don't know, that was like $100 or something like that. That would be kind of fun. I'm sure we'll find other stuff to do that probably Disney will take my money, no doubt. But so yeah, that's going to be my weekend, is traveling, and then Sunday will be at the Animal Kingdom. That's the first one we're going to go to. We scheduled this Disney breakfast, and so that kind of takes up your morning breakfast with the characters. So we're doing that, and then we're going to Animal Kingdom that day, because it does open a little bit later than the Magic Kingdom, I guess. So, well, yeah. So that's my plan this weekend. Hopefully, you guys are starting some plans yourself. Maybe some spring cleaning. You know, get your year going. Yeah, that's the thing too, is we have those resolutions at the beginning of the year, but to be honest, the year starts in the spring. You know, people start to get their lives back going after that long winter. And even down south, man, it gets cold down there too. You know, people aren't as active in the winter. So, anyways, yeah, that's a good little walk for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the vlog, enjoyed the walk or chat. The blue jay, I don't know if you saw it, but you know, you heard it hopefully. And yeah, I just want to say again, thanks guys for all the support. It's been great. Yeah, you guys have a great weekend, and yeah, tune in next week for all the videos while I'm on vacation. I do have a fair amount scheduled already, so hopefully you guys enjoy those. And if you guys could, take a look at my previous video. And everyone, have a beautiful day and start to your week. Thanks, guys.